Hello, my name's Stephen Ritchie. I'm a steel sculptor from Ashford in Kent, UK. Lots of American viewers lately, so hello, America. I thought I'd bring you up to date. The last time we spoke, I think I just caught COVID for the first time and wasn't feeling too great. And up to that point, I'd made some wings, I'd made a bit of a torso, and I'd started making the tail. And then came back to work after a week, but it's been doing a bit of a short days. I wasn't feeling great, I must be honest. It seems to take a little bit of a while, even though I was showing negative. So this is the sort of stage I've got to. I've got a body, I've got some legs, I've got some feet sitting on a bar. This bar is going to be part of probably just a pot hanger type plant holder that this chap's perched on. And this is going to be a bit of a threesome, if you like, in as much as it's serving three purposes: a model for a much bigger one that's going to go on a church. But by the way, not to offend anybody, this church hasn't been a church for 600 years. It's a 900-year building. Anyway, so the next step was obviously the head. By the time I'd sort of got a bit of a torso going and extended the neck a little bit. And the way I make the head is really quite easy. I'm following a bit of a pattern with this one because it might be paired up with one that I made for Somerset, Judy's Dragon. Just have a little look, subscribe, and you'll find me easy enough. And look up Judy's Dragon. So it might be a pair for this one, might be. It might also go to Stoke-on-Trent, where a lot of pottery came from in the day, and where my grandfather died, funnily enough. And and it's acting as a model for the church, as I said. So to make the head, I kind of need, half a dozen of these things, where I squash them under a fly press, just give them 3 presses on a donut with a nice big ball. The rest of it I sort of do a bit of crushing in the vise, and then weld them together to get a bit of a top head. That gives me the skull and nose and a bit of a jawline. So I'm always quite pleased the way that works out. Now, then I just rattle a load of teeth together, exactly the same way as I made the claws. Have a look at the previous video. I'll just, very simply with a slitting tool, just make a bit of a spike and then round them up. And then make a framework to go underneath it. So I've got something for the teeth to sort of sit on, just makes it a little bit easier. And I'm making some teeth, so bottom jaw, a top jaw, and I want it to engage, so it's like every other. So whatever's missing, make a gap, and that's the one that's going to be on the lower jaw, if you know what I mean. So it actually properly engages, the teeth engage. And they're loose as well, so I can actually have this jaw open or shut, depending where I go. I think if it goes to Stoke-on-Trent, they'll want it shut. If it goes to Somerset, they'll want the jaw open. So I'm leaving my options open. I won't get anything galvanised until I've really settled all these things. And this is where I sort of got to. So the teeth were nice and easy to make, and I make various sizes, anything from sort of 10, maybe some 6, certainly some 12 mil. I'm talking here. And I never know what's exactly right. I just know if it starts to look wrong, and I'll then bash it about until I think it's starting to feel right. And it's going in the right direction. Got a lot more work to do on this head yet, but it's certainly getting, just getting sizes together, just getting the chunks together, if you understand what I'm saying. And this is where the real sculpting comes in, because it can look wrong, and this was looking wrong to me. The body was too tucked in on itself. The head's the wrong angle, and the wings were coming off the wrong part of the torso for it to feel balanced. So I moved them, might even move them again yet, and it's starting to work. I know the tail's going to be longer. Oh, excuse me. I certainly think the neck might be a little bit slimmer and perhaps a little bit longer, and I'll be curling it away again. I want it to be reacting with another one on the ground. So yeah, and finished off the tail, extended the tail off a little bit, and then I reproduced a rooftop, which is either a roof to a porch, but it's a very similar angle to the church as well, the top end of a church. So I just sort of reproduced it and then started messing about. Now, if it's going to act as a bit of a model, I'd rather do the working out on this than one that's 3 times the size. It all gets a little bit tricky. I've got a tiny little workshop, and I can't be messing about too much like this when it comes to the big one. Yeah, got there in the end, kind of. Spent a whole day messing about, and that's where I got to with the dragon. Just a little side note, jumped in my camper, went to Hythe, a little seaside down along the south coast of the United Kingdom, to get some pictures ready for winter months. I do a bit more painting in the winter, and got some wonderful sunsets and things going down there. The sea was a real mill pond, nice and calm. There's Martello Towers, which is defence against Napoleonic during the Napoleonic Wars, as a bit of a backdrop to my pictures. Happy with that. And then burst a tire on the way home because someone's stepladder fell out in the middle of the motorway. And if it wasn't for Stuart looking out for me and my young lady, I'd have been in trouble, I think. It was very difficult to change a wheel on a motorway at the best of times, but in the dark, at rush hour, I was feeling nervous. So thank you, Stuart, from Folkestone Police Force. I really appreciate the fact that you was there looking out and looking after us. I hope I didn't hold your day up for too long. I certainly felt safer for you being there. So thanks again, Stuart, and thank you, Folkestone Police. And thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to watch a little bit more of this film, there's going to be another film, probably be the last one for this particular dragon. And we'll tie the 3 together. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay safe, everybody. All right, ta-ra.